Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grow up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vault and create wealth from within. What's up, cousins? Let me fix this screen real quick so I can be full screen and I can see you. You can see me. Hold on one second. All right, let's see if that fixed it. Yep. What's going on, good people? Let me go ahead and get our other cousins in over here. I'm not going to be long. I'm going to be short, sweet, straight to the beat. Y'all know how I do it. What's going on, good people? YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. What is going on, cousins? Welcome, welcome, welcome in. If you're here for the first time, thank you for stopping by. If you came to spin the block and you locked in for life like a cousin or a kinfolk, welcome back. Please go ahead and do your due diligence. Help me beat this machine that we are all up against and help me reach the people that I am supposed to reach on this live broadcast by just simply sharing, by simply copying the link, pasting it in the DM, in the text message, in the email, wherever, however you got to spread the word, okay? Please do that. That is the only cost of admission. Some people charge y'all cash apps and all that. I don't. Simple share, a simple like so that I can reach the people that I am sent to reach. And literally how you help me reach them is you tell the algorithm, I'm sharing this because this is a video that needs to be shared. With that being said, I am going to get straight into it. Okay. I'm going to bring us up to speed on what in the whole entire world is happening right now. Some people may know, some people don't know. We are in a war. We've been in a war. We've been in a war for a cool minute, okay? It's just now it's more blatant. Now it's more forefront. Now it's more out there. We're feeling the effects of it. We've been feeling the effects of this war since 2020, to be honest with you, okay? Especially the type of war that we're fighting, okay? We are fighting an economic war. And since 2020, when things began to shift, we began to see it and then we begin to feel it, and we're feeling it even more so now. So just to bring you up to date, I've been saying it, gonna keep saying it. I don't care if you like to hear it or you don't. There is a new system, and everybody is telling you this new system is being implemented. If you get caught up in the system, everything that they have coming for you, you deserve. Because there is a plan B. There is always a way of escape. Okay? Always. Just know that. There's always a way of escape. And I'm not going to play the video now, but I shared a video earlier. Let me see if I have it here. Hopefully I do, Lord. Please let me have shared this because this will be a great place to start. Simply for the fact that I always tell people this. Whether you a believer or you not a believer, it really does not matter. What matters is God speaks to us all because we are all God's creation. We don't have to, we are not all God's children, but we are all God's creation. And he speaks to us all, okay? Especially he warns us, I didn't send it to myself, but I know where it's at And I am going to get that video for the next time we gather live together. Basically, I'm going to tell you in a nutshell. I wanted you to hear from his mouth because I always say it. Warning comes before destruction. Okay? Warning comes before destruction. And I've always said that people that pass away or people, um, get caught up in situations that they ought not to be in, they were warned. All of us are warned. That's just the way that God is. We are his creation, and he don't will that no man perish. Okay, so he give us warnings so that you don't perish, so that you don't die by the sword, so that you don't suffer famine, so that you don't suffer hardship. Okay, we live in a sin-ridden world, so we have to pay attention to the warnings. And I've always said this, especially from a personal perspective. When I was out in the world doing all manner of evil, real talk, hey, ain't gonna go too deep into that, but I was not living righteous. And I went in to have the son that passed away first, but I was warned, okay, throughout that ordeal, that whole ordeal. If you heard the story before, then you know I went in to give birth to this boy. I was in labor for 24 hours. My doctor was like, look, if you don't have this baby by a certain time, I'm going to cut this baby out of you at 10 o'clock. I'm going to ride over here, get me some lunch. Been here all day. The baby is not coming down the birthing canal. You are in active labor. I can't send you home. So now that you have labored for almost 26 hours, the next best thing is we will have to give you a cesarean. Um, One of my homegirls came to visit me, and I was told that I was not supposed to eat because I might be having the surgery. I was hungry. We 24 hours in. I was very hungry. The person that actually ended up warning me was not even a believer. Okay, he didn't even listen to God. He didn't have a relationship with God, but he warned me. My homegirl came and saw me, and she was like, "You ain't had that baby yet." I'm like, "Nope." So she was like, "I'm gonna come back and see you tomorrow. I gotta catch the last bus out here. I thought I was gonna come in here real quick, see the baby, and then be able to catch the bus before it swings back around." She dropped her $20 on my bed. I did not bring any money with me to the hospital. Back then, credit debit cards was not a big thing. Okay, we're talking about 2002. So she dropped her $20. My child's father was like, "You got to give her money back." And I'm like, "I can give her money back, man. What you talking about? I got money at the house, but you gonna take that $20 and go get me something to eat." And he was like, "You're not supposed to be eating, but I really feel you got to give her money back." And I actually got upset with him because it's like, you gonna go get me something to eat. She gonna get her money back by the time you go to the house, and she come back tomorrow. You can give her a $20 bill back. It was not even 10 minutes after she left that I lost all the blood in my body and died. Me and this baby. Okay. When I woke up 3 days later, my doctor was like, "You need to give your life to the Lord." That was the very first thing that he said to me. And then after he explained to me what happened, I didn't know where I was at, nothing. Whole memory from, what had transpired was just like a child. Okay. I had to learn how to walk again, everything because of the type of surgery that I had. Nevertheless, there was one thing that he said that stuck out to me. He said, "You died with a $20 bill in your hand, and we could not pry the $20 bill out of your hand." I looked in my hand was still balled up like this here with the $20 bill in my hand, the very one that I was warned to give back before me and this baby died. I started hemorrhaging. I had something called an abruption of the placenta. So everything detached, blood was everywhere. But out of all things, they could not take the $20 bill out of my hand. The very $20 bill that she dropped, the very $20 bill that I was warned to give back. Whether I had it to replace it, whether I had it, in abundance in my purse, I was warned to give that $20 bill back. So I always say, from a personal perspective, it doesn't matter. People that pass away or get shot, or something tragic happens, they were warned. And I watched a video earlier today of a guy who got shot in his head. The interviewer asked him, did you have a feeling? Was there like a warning that something was wrong? He was like, yeah. Actually, the day before he got shot, there was a shooting that happened in his vicinity. And then he said something just was off. He couldn't put his finger on it. Everybody gets a warning. I shared that story with you because warning comes before destruction. And if God is showing us all these signs, all these red flags, it's on us to take heed to them. We think God is this audible voice is going to say, hey, go this way or that way. He speaks. And how he speaks to your spirit. And he shows you things that are coming, things that are happening. He guides you. He allows you to see these things, not because you some smarty pants, not because you some perfect person, some special person. It doesn't matter where you're at. You are his creation, and he is going to warn you. So that is what is happening to us, not just here in America, but all across the globe. A reset is happening right before our eyes. And if we don't act now, we will perish. Period, point blank. That is scripture. My people perish for a lack of knowledge. My people perish for a lack of knowledge. You ought to go look up what that word perish means. You suffer, you die, you get diseases or whatever the case, because you lack knowledge. And knowledge is experience. Knowledge is insight. Knowledge is warning, to be forewarned. Hey, there is a tornado coming down I-95. Don't go that way. You go that way anyway, or you didn't check to see what the weather would be like before you started driving, and you drive right into it and you don't make it. Warning came before destruction. Either you ignored it or you was oblivious to it. Okay. Or you thought, I'm God and I know I need to get down I-95 faster and I might could beat it. You looking at the weather and all that, and then right before you know it, you right in the middle of it and you're gone because you did not pay attention to the warning signs. So I am going to keep on saying this over and over and over. And not only am I going to keep saying it, I'm going to show you receipts. There is a reset happening. And not only is the reset happening, the beast system that will control every aspect of your life is being implemented right before your very eyes. And if you don't believe me, let me go ahead and pull up these receipts. And then I'm going to tell you what's happening with this Strait of Hormuz and what's happening with this reset. Okay. Ain't going to take too much long time on this, but I just want y'all to see these receipts, and I want you to go study it for yourself. Okay. Since this one is up first, I'm going to read it over here so y'all can hear it. Go right to Google. This is what you can type in Google. Bill Gates calling for digital ID to be tied to bank accounts. I'll say that again. Type in this in the search box. It will pop up. Okay. Bill Gates calling for digital ID to be tied to your bank accounts. Okay. Bill Gates and the Gates Foundation advocate for digital public infrastructure system, a platform that they are creating, including digital IDs, digital payments, and data exchange. Now, this might not sound like a big thing to you. Bill Gates, who is a rich billionaire, Bill Gates have very much influential power over Donald Trump. He was just meeting in the White House. Let me type it up. Bill Gates, Donald Trump talking about AI and the takeover of it, the healthcare, digital IDs. He just met with Donald Trump. Okay. Bill Gates and Donald Trump meeting about okay. All right, hold on 1 second. Y'all got that over here so you can see it. Let me make sure I read this first. Okay. Bill Gates and the Gates Foundation advocate for a digital public infrastructure, including digital IDs, digital payments, and data exchange. Everything about you is already being tracked, monitored, recorded. Everything about you, where you go, what you log on to, where you eat, everything about you, what you watch, what you shop for, what you browse for, everything about you, how much money you spend, where you go to the ATM, what corner store you went to, what highways, everything about you is being monitored. They are calling it data. Okay, data harvesting. So if you don't know what data exchange means, let me help you out. To foster financial inclusion, particularly in developing nations, by linking individual to bank accounts and services, while touted as a tool for reducing poverty. Now, when in the world has digital ID or anything in the digital space pertaining to banking and all that ever reduced poverty? Ever. There's a whole group of people, and I'm about to show y'all, that are becoming poor every day because of these tools that they are implementing. Hold on, we're not done, okay? This initiative has faced criticism over potential surveillance risks. Absolutely. Absolutely. This ain't about no reducing poverty. This is about surveilling us and putting us in a dango digital prison. The goal is to provide secure, accessible identification. What? Excuse me? To help the unbanked access banking and government services. Why the hell do you need a digital ID for the poor to be able to access banking services and government services? Using initiatives like MOSIP, Modular Open Source Identity Platform. Told y'all this was a platform. This is what all this AI stuff is all about. It is not here to help you reduce poverty. It is not here to help you, okay, be equal. It is not here for that. It is here to imprison you. So if you don't think this what Bill Gates means anything, go do your research. On September 4th, Bill Gates attended a high profile White House dinner hosted by the president himself. The event included major tech leaders like Mark Zuckerberg, Tim Cook, and Sam Altman to discuss AI, infrastructure investments, and U.S. innovation. Okay. Gates specifically spoke about leveraging AI for global health breakthroughs, such as curing HIV and sickle cell disease, while praising the administration's leadership in facilitating technological events. Okay. What healthcare is Bill Gates talking about? Okay. This is what you're talking about right here. The Gates Foundation funded research into microneedle patches designed to deliver those things right here, jabs, and an invisible quantum dye to record jab status in areas with poor medical record keeping. The technology is not a microchip or a tracking device. It is intended to create an invisible pattern under the skin, read by a smartphone to confirm if a person has been jabbed or not. This is what he met with Donald Trump. This is what the patch looked like. Okay, under your dang on skin. Quantum dots. It's a bunch of them, and it's supposed to last for 5 years. For people who are scared of needles and poor, like over in Africa. Over in Africa where they need to track their babies. This is where they're doing that. Okay? So I just wanted y'all to see that. Now let's jump back over here real quick because I'm working with a limited amount of time, trying to keep this short, sweet, straight to the beat. But I want to let you know what the hell is going on. Just need to put y'all up on this real quick so we all aware of what's happening, why it's happening, what we need to be doing. Okay? I'm just showing y'all about the reset. What is happening? I'm just showing y'all about the reset. Okay? Let me go to these other ones real quick. This is a big deal, okay? The U.S. Treasury has declared that we, the United States, are now insolvent, okay? Based on the U.S. Treasury's consolidated financial statements for fiscal year 2025 released in March of 2026, several economists and analysts have stated that the U.S. government is insolvent due to liabilities significantly exceeding its assets. We are now 47.78 trillion dollars, which includes federal debt and interest payable, $30.33 trillion in federal employee veteran benefits. Okay. We only have 6 trillion assets. So we are about 35, 36 trillion dollars, if not more than that, in debt. Well, what does insolvent mean? And y'all can go look this up yourself, okay? Insolvent means it describes a person or a organization. Told y'all America is a corporation. Unable to pay their debts as they fall due, or when their total liabilities exceed their total assets. We only got 6 trillion, in assets. And we're $47.78 trillion in debt. It signifies a state of financial failure, often preceding formal bankruptcy. And if y'all did not know, Donald Trump declared the United States of America bankrupt. This is an economic war that we fight it, and people that are not prepared will absolutely lose. You will bow to their system and give in, okay? And what does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his whole soul? His mind, okay? His will and his emotion. Now, let's go over here real quick. And hold on, Trump declares U.S. bankrupt. It was in 2025. They only want to bring up stuff from 2026. I was trying to go and find out Go find that article, but I have it pulled up for the next time. Okay, we're gonna keep on going because I am short on time, and all they want to put up to the top is the Treasury just declared the U.S. insolvent. No, I want the actual article where Donald Trump in 2025 said that he said by the winter, okay, by the winter of 2025, we would be out of money. And he needed to declare an emergency order to declare the United States was going bankrupt. Okay. But I got a couple other, want to put this one up here too. Okay. I want y'all to go and type in, does federal surveillance tech becomes mandatory in new cars? Now, I already went over that they will put a kill switch in every vehicle made from January 1st moving forward. Every vehicle, the federal government will put a kill switch in this vehicle, and you can't drive it if they don't want you to drive it. They said if you moving funny, it will lock the car up and shut it off. Okay. So now what we have here is the federal surveillance tech becomes mandatory in new cars. You cannot even have a new car unless you have the kill switch and you have the surveillance technology. I don't know what part about this y'all ain't waking up and realizing that we are becoming a prisoner in our own country. Okay. A prisoner to our own government. Okay. By 2027. So right now, let me go show y'all that. Let me pull that up because I can pull that right up. Okay. Federal government mandatory kill switch in vehicles 2026. Hold on 1 second. Let me pull it up. Okay. So without me opening up a whole bunch of links, I'm gonna lead you to where you can go. I want you to see it real quick, okay? I want you to see it real quick. I'm still good on time. Let me hurry up. Okay. Mandatory kill switch in vehicles 2026. Explaining the car kill switch controversy. Okay. A growing social media frenzy that the federal government will soon require a kill switch in new cars in its most extreme form. Here's Congress right here repealing the dang on act. Okay. It's already been passed, and now people in Congress is right here on congress.gov HR 1137. Go look that up. Okay. They don't want no kill switches in the vehicles. Every vehicle from 2026 January has to have a mandatory kill switch in it. Okay. Go look up that. That is the law. Wanted to show y'all that. Now we come back over here to this article here. Okay. Federal surveillance techs become mandatory in new cars by 2027. So we got the kill switches in 2026, the mandatory surveillance in 2027. New U.S. passenger vehicles will be mandated to include advanced passive impairment detection technology to prevent drunk or impaired driving per the 2021 Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. These systems using sensors and cameras to monitor your eye movement or your driving behavior can prevent the car from starting. While aimed at safety, this raises significant privacy and cost concerns. Okay. While this was originally targeted for 2026, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is finalizing its rules for implementation with full adoption expected by 2027. Okay? Now, what if your eyes is just, looking back and forth? What if you are reaching and talking to your kid? What if you in there praising or vibing and then this thing won't start for you because it says you're intoxicated? This is all machinery. This is not human. It does not have the ability to know, hey, you're drunk. Let me do a drive. It don't have the ability. But see, they're implementing these things. Hey, we need the quantum dot for the poor people. And we need to tie it to bank accounts so that they can have access to their bank account and we can identify them digitally. Okay. Now we want to have kill switches and we want to have federal surveillance in every vehicle just for the sole purpose to make sure people are not driving drunk. Are you stupid? We want everybody in America to be wearing digital wearables so that we can monitor their health. This is a way that if they're driving and a seizure is coming, it will alert where you're at. This is all being done in the name of it's for your benefit, when in actuality, it's not. It's for your imprisonment. Okay? That's what it's for. Let's see what this one is. Okay. Over in Europe, I already showed y'all, Mexico say they going cashless. You cannot get any petrol or use any federal toll booths or any of that and pay cash. It has to be digital ID. It is mandatory. It has to be digital currency. Excuse me. It is mandatory. Okay. But here you got in Europe, starting in July, and you know that America is with Europe, right? And the UK, it's the European nation. That's what NATO is. We're all a part. UK, Canada, Mexico, we're all a part of the European Union, NATO. Starting July 10th, 2027, next year, told y'all this will all be fully in place by 2030. And we are running out of time, okay? Still got time, but we're running out of time. That's 3 years and 8 months all we got left to do something, build something that will protect and preserve us from this demonic agenda. Starting July 10th, 2027, the European Union, okay, the EU, not just Europe by itself, the EU, European Union, will implement a maximum of $10,000 limit on cash payments for goods and services to combat money laundering. This regulation applies to commercial transactions across all EU member states, while mandatory identification will be required for cash payments between $3,000 and $10,000. Okay, let me tell you, if you have more than $10,000 and you trying to transact with more than $10,000, you will be jailed. You will be jailed. Maximum is $10,000. Bet not darest be caught trying to have more, send more. You can only spend $10,000. If that don't seem like control, I don't know what it is. Okay, and keep on moving. I'm almost done moving too. I'm almost done moving. Okay, I'm gonna stop the share there. I'm gonna tell you what's happening with this Strait of Hormuz. I'm gonna just wrap this up without having to get into all of this, but I'm going to. Oh, let me share this. Let me share this. Yeah. Okay. Because remember, I just said that Donald Trump met with Bill Gates, he met with Mark Zuckerberg, and he met with Sam Altman about this AI stuff, right? I just said that. Now check it out. Sam Altman is the dude who owns. He's the CEO or the founder of ChatGPT. Okay, Sam Altman is calling for universal basic income and a 4-day work week for the intelligence age. We don't need to work. Let's give everybody universal basic income. Okay? And and instead of 7 days a week work week, we'll just cut it down to 4 days, and that is for the super intelligent only. Everybody else needs universal basic income. He's not the only person who have said this. Elon Musk said it also. Everybody needs universal basic income. Okay? I've shared it just a couple weeks ago. Now you got these people in Donald Trump's eargate, who is the president of this free country, that is making moves that is going to hurt us really, really bad. Okay? And the reason why they're making these moves is so that we have this new system called the digital system. We don't need cash no more. Get rid of it. That's why Mexico's getting rid of it. That's why Europe's getting rid of it. Okay. That's why places in the United States is now accepting gold and silver as legal tender. That's why these banks and all Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac is now being able to pay your mortgage and put a down payment with crypto. All of this stuff is happening for a reason. Okay. This Strait of Hormuz with this whole Donald Trump, this oil, all of this stuff, fertilizer, there's a shortage with food, y'all, because the fertilizer that is needed to make sure if a farmer needs to produce 5,000 potatoes, in harvest season per field, and they don't have the fertilizer to produce those 5,000 potatoes by the time we really need those potatoes, then guess what? That causes a food shortage. We don't have enough to keep up with production. Corn, wheat, barley, not just for food purposes, but for medication. What goes into dog food, what goes into medication, barley, all these, uh, what you call them, natural homogenics, homeopath, healers, medication that people use, plant-based medication. That's where I'm going. Those require fertilizers. And China then did a move. Iran is in on that move, and so is Russia. Now, Russia, they supply 20% of the world's fertilizer. So they said since Iran closed the Strait of Hormuz, we're going to go ahead and not send or export any fertilizer. So this is where the shortage is coming from. Okay? And they said since the Strait of Hormuz is closed, we won't sell no fertilizer for a whole entire month, because they know a whole entire month will just knock us out. Can't catch back up from that. A day shortage will disable us, but a month shortage will take us out. Okay? And that's the United States' fault for going and doing trade with everybody all around the world when they could have just produced and manufactured everything here in the United States. We have more than enough oil. We can drill, baby, drill. That's what he said, right? We got more than enough water. We got more than enough minerals. We got more than enough energy. Okay? We got more than enough of what we need where it could have been in-house. But now Donald Trump and Iran was supposed to make some type of peace deal the other day, right? They came on there claiming that there was a ceasefire. Right while they was claiming there was a ceasefire, they were still shooting missiles. Donald Trump say, look, I won't come over there and totally destroy y'all unless you open up the Strait of Hormuz. That's the big deal. If you open that up, because y'all have blocked it for a month, and they didn't just block it, they actually switched the ship, right? Now, back in 1960 something, America made a deal that all oil exporting from anywhere around the world will only be paid for by United States dollars. And that's how it has always been. The United States is still trying to stay the superpower. Okay? So Iran's like, you came over here, killed our main people. You came over here, killed innocent civilians. You came over here, bombed up all our infrastructure. We got y'all. Because our Strait of Hormuz is is the only reason that 20% of the global's population, that is a lot of the whole world's population, the oil reserve comes through us. So since y'all want to play with us, we're going to play with y'all. Oil ain't just for gas. Oil ain't just for cooking. Oil is for clothing. It's for emergency medical equipment that we need. It's for a lot of things. To be honest, the exact number that it will be affected by this oil freeze that Iran is doing, 50,000 everyday household products. 50,000. And the cost of all 50,000 of those will go up, which will hurt us because we are already hurting in this economy with the inflation, the tariffs, okay? That is inflating. Okay, you hit a country with tariffs at 20%. That means that, they got to charge the 20% more on the cost of goods or the cost of service that we ship from Temu and all these other places. So the consumer is going to pay the 20% tariff that you put on them. They're just going to jack up the prices. So you get a tariff and we get a tax. That's pretty much how it goes, right? So Iran got smart. Well, so it thinks. Say, look, we're going to cripple their economy. We don't have to drop no bombs. We playing another game of chess. We've been waiting 25 years for y'all to play with us so we can play this game of chess. So they say, hey, we going to let ships come through, but you got to pay us $1 million, and it ain't going to be in the United States dollars. It's going to be in the Chinese yuan. Okay? It's called the petro yuan. It's going to be in Chinese yuan. So we're going to cripple y'all economy because now y'all not making that money from the 20% of the world that has to pay for oil using United States currency. Now China is getting rich, okay? And we control the Strait of Hormuz. So Donald Trump like, look, if y'all don't open up that Strait of Hormuz so we can get paid, we're going to blow up the whole entire civilization. Everything that you got over there going to be gone. And they like, wait, no. Let us negotiate. 2 weeks, give us 2 weeks. We can negotiate. Meanwhile, they planning something very, very, very detrimental. Very detrimental. They didn't went and hooked up and signed up with a deal for all these other countries to come in and say, hey, you can start trading with our currency. So Donald Trump like, oh, okay. Y'all playing funny. Right? And then they told him, look, we got all these mines in the water. If you want to send your military over here to try to stop us from trading in a different currency, then we're going to blow all of them up. Donald Trump then sent the Navy over there to block, to take territory, to block it, and just take the oil. Period, point blank. Like, okay, look, boom. Y'all want to play with us? Y'all want to stop our... Okay, look. This is a show, a flex of power. Either way it go, all them Navy ships is going to cost somebody, and guess who it's going to cost? Us. They are cutting Medicare, Medicaid, daycare, all these government assistance programs. They are cutting them because this war has cost us over $200 billion in the last 30 days and counting. Every day, every time we send ships, every time we send planes, every time we send troops on the ground, it's costing we the American people. We are in such an economic disaster. And unless you do something that's going to help safeguard your family and give your household a softer landing, you ain't going to make it. Okay? And you sure ain't going to make it by yourself. This is not a game that you can play and win this game by yourself. It's going to take a tribe of people moving simultaneously. Hold on, y'all. I feel like something in my eye. Moving simultaneously in unison, building, okay? Building as fast as they possibly can. That is what it's going to take. Now, I don't know what Donald Trump going over there. I'm going to have to turn this light off, y'all. I'm going to turn my camera off because it might be, my eye is feeling like something in it, but also it feels like it's dry and it's strained. So I'm going to turn this light off because it could be this light. I'm going to turn my camera off. Over here on Instagram, y'all can still hear me. I'm just going to turn this way so I ain't got to look at the screen. Okay. Boom. All right. I don't know why my eye feel like that. It feels really weird. So hopefully when the United States going on over there in the morning, they don't blow up our Navy. Okay. Because I just shared the story with y'all that not only did Iran have mines, explosives under the water, that also China, okay, was scouring the floorboard to wage a water warfare against the United States. I don't think that what we're doing is smart. Okay, I really don't. Um, Even if Donald Trump go over there and just take them people oil, one thing that we all must be very much aware of is all of the underground cables under the water that they can cut and cut our power and collapse our whole entire economy just like that in a blink of an eye. Just cut the wires, okay? Cut the power, and now we don't have anything to power, our banking system. We don't have any ways of using GPS deliveries. We don't have any ways of shopping. We don't have any ways of communicating with each other. It will literally cripple the United States in the blink of an eye. So that is another act of war that they could actually um, inflict upon us. So again, this is not a bombs with nuclear weapons war. This is an economic war. If they cut the grid, everything about our lifestyle, our daily lives, we won't be able to function. We won't be able to withdraw any money. Okay. We won't be able to shop. We won't be able to, for some people, drive with these automatic cars, automatic diesels, the computer, the internet, the Wi-Fi, everything would just go down. Energy, we won't be able to have clean water, everything about our civilization could just be gone. And even though that has not happened, that is a great potential possibility because of the type of war that we are in. They are battling for power, and they don't care who's injured, okay, in the process. They don't care who suffered in the process. The United States didn't care about those 200 school-age girls that was over there in school when they all died. The United States did not care about that. They did not care about the people that was injured in the process of them trying to take, out the Iranian leader, the Ayatollah over there. They didn't care. They don't care who's harmed, if they have to bomb and go on the ground and combat and all. They don't care. And those other countries don't either. This is about who will be victorious as a superpower. Every 100 years, okay, we're going on 250 years of our inception in the United States. And every 100 to 120 years, empires topple. They go down. There's a time and a season for everything. And even if our country don't go down, I'm not saying I want it to go down. I'm just sharing with you statistical facts, data. All empires normally they only exist for 100 to 120 years before there's some type of reset or there's a toppling. So if they don't reset, they will topple. Okay. And that is what Donald Trump is trying to prevent, the absolute collapse of this empire. It has happened in Babylon, it's happened in Rome, it's happened in Greece, it has happened forever. Okay? And it's happening now. With that being said, my brothers and my sisters, it would behoove you to get you something. Okay. And some people may say, well, why do I need to build something, if all these things are going to happen anyway? Why not? Why not? I would rather go build me a hut to say at least I tried to preserve my family, even if the winds became 90 miles per hour and blew it all down. If the winds came and just blew the hut down, but me and my family was still preserved, we weren't damaged. Most of the damage was done to the hut that I built. Then I just preserved me and my family from taking the initiative to build a hut. God warned Noah and told him that the rain was coming. And his job was to build an ark, and that ark sustained him and his family. It preserved them. And many other examples, biblically and just, day-to-day living in the natural. If we do not prepare, we will perish. We don't have a choice in the matter. We cannot work. We don't have another 5 to 10 years to try to work and work our way up. A lot of this stuff is happening in 2027. A lot of it is being implemented in 2026 because this new world order, okay, it's on the back of the dollar bills we work for. Nuevas Ordo Seclorum is the new world order. Back there with that all-seeing eye on the back of our dollar bill. Okay. There's all kind of symbolism in that money. And it tells you a story. Just ain't paid attention to the story. Go look up what that means. Nuevos Ordo Seclorum, a new world order. And they feel like the only way to save people, offer everybody everything, same healthcare, same income, nobody's above nobody, all this tokenization that is happening. They think it's a good thing. Hey, nobody will ever be poor again. Why? Because you don't have to buy a house outright. If you like Sarah's house, you can buy 10% of Sarah's house. Sarah can own 10%. Marquise can own 20% if he wants to own 20%. Nobody will ever outright own a property or a vehicle or any type of asset ever again. You can just own a share of it. What in the world? What in the world? When Black Wall Street, I'm speaking on it because I'm a African American woman, okay? When they built Wall Street, they only had land and businesses. That's it. They knew that they can leverage a business to get money, capital. They knew that they were too poor as a consumer, and they knew they would be denied as a consumer based off the color of their skin. So they had to get smart. Let me go start a business and use that business to get capital because you cannot discriminate against my business. And that's what they set up. Businesses on the land that they bought. And they became the wealthiest in that whole entire state, in that whole entire area. And Black Wall Street was not just the only place. Boley, Oklahoma, you guys don't even know about Beaufort, Georgia. They were very wealthy. I went there. God sent me there. They were very wealthy. They had land, lots of it. And they were farmers. Okay. And they planted and tilled. And guess what? They came in and drowned them. They opened up the dam and flooded them. Right now, to this day, you can hear the church bell ringing. A whole city was flooded. Houses in there, still 30-foot trees is under that water. And they wonder why when people go to the Beaufort, what they didn't made into a playground, a water park, why them people be down there dying? Go look up Beaufort, Georgia, and the history behind it. How they just, okay, we're gonna go ahead. The first part of it, they burnt the people in the houses alive. Made them run out. Whoever ran out and left their property, left their land behind, left their crops, left their fields behind, and you escape, then you escape. But when you got to a certain place, you drowned because they let all that water. Now you go to Beaufort, it's the weirdest experience. It's the weirdest place I have ever lived. 100%. It's the weirdest feeling. It feels fake. I just don't know how to describe it. It feels fake. It feels like nobody comes out and say hi. It's weird. It was like some type of simulation. I'm still trying to wrap my mind and receive the revelation of what the hell we lived through when we were there for 3 months. That's where a lot of land, and that's how you can go reclaim your land, reclaim what belonged to your ancestors. So I went out there on a mission, okay, to go find a lot of land for us for dirt cheap. For dirt cheap. But they drowned a whole entire population of Negro. There is a place in Texas right now. They are very wealthy landowners, very wealthy, and they have no running water. Folks won't give them no running water. One person broke the story, and the reason why they won't give them no running water, imagine running water being across the street from you and you can't touch it. Okay? They have never bathed. They have never knew what it was to have running water. And the people that live there, they want the land, right? The people that have lived there, their houses caught on fire, their houses just burned down. They said, look, we can't live like this anymore. How is this even legal in the United States? We don't have water to bathe. We out here taking whole baths with a towel. Okay? And soap from bottled water that the Chinese deliver to them every week to the church. And then the church distributes, cases of water, 3 or 4 or 5 cases per week. And you got animals. And the reason why I went and did a whole documentary, I filmed it. We went there and donated water. We wanted to know what the hell was going on. Why was this even a thing? They say, look, we will give them water if y'all raise $1.2 million. We'll give them a water system. They raised $1.2 million and they say, you know what? Actually, we're going to need another $3 million to do the project. Because now you got people just leaving the land. I can't live here anymore. Houses been burned down. I can't survive anymore here. We got to go all the way into the city to get water. Right next door, right across the street. Literally, I filmed it. They don't have water. There's a lot of things and a lot of land, a lot of things that are accessible to us. If we would just come together. Very first thing I'm going to even offer y'all, and I said that I wasn't, but this is the quickest way for y'all to go get $10,000 without running your credit. Okay? The reason why I mentioned if it was done before in the past, it could be done again. If it was done before in the past, it could be done again. If it worked then, it works now. It worked for Dr. Martin Luther King. What y'all think Dr. Martin Luther King was doing? He was leading them people down to the White House. His famous quote is, "We going to the White House, we going to Washington, D.C., and we coming to get our checks." Why did you think they said that? Dr. Martin Luther King was putting them people on to getting businesses and doing government contracting with the federal government because he knew that was our ticket out. Hey, they won't give us no reparations. They won't give us no 40 acres and a mule. They won't give us no extra money. But if we go get a business, we can now offer our services to them at an overly exponential price. Hey, if we go and we offer cleaning services, and the slave master pay us 5 cents for a whole day's wage, 5 cents day's wages for a whole day worth of work. But now we can go create a business, a legal binding document that we are a corporation, and go sell our cleaning services to the government. They got Social Security buildings needing cleaning. They got jailhouses needing cleaning. They got hospitals needing cleaning, mental facilities needing cleaning. They got the CPS needing cleaning, and they will pay us $8,000 per day to clean their facilities. Yeah, let's go get a business. Capital looks different. SBA got right now, whether you have a business or you are a sole proprietor, you can get $10,000, cousins. How will that help you? That will help you so you can take that cash, which is trash, and turn it into assets before you can't buy them no more. Okay? Before you can't buy them no more. Let me share this one thing with y'all. If you went and bought you some land for $400, see if I can pull this up real quick. You went and bought you some land for $400, okay? And it's already valued at $2,500. I showed y'all that. I showed y'all land for $372, already valued at $2,500, right? Just the land by itself, already valued at $2,500. Now you go and you put something like this on your land. Pay $60,000, $70,000. Where am I gonna get that type of money from? From them. Why not? Right now, SBA gave you $75,000. Right now, take that $75,000, spend $60,000, $372 on my land, $60,000 for what I'm about to share with you right now, and the cost of your land triples. Instead of your land being valued at $2,500, now your land is valued at $2,000, $200,000, $300,000, because now you have something, a building, some type of infrastructure on that dirt. So now your land is valued at $200,000. You can go pull out equity on your own land and go rinse, wash, and repeat. Literally. Look at this. Let me turn this around. Go buy you that land. They're going to put you something like that on it. Go get you a container home built for like $20,000, $30,000. You know what you're going to do? First of all, you're going to get rid of rent forever. You're not going to be paying another man's mortgage. Okay? You're not going to be building another man's legacy while your family has none. You're not going to be doing that at all. You go get you some land and you go put one of them on it, or any type of infrastructure. I don't care if it's a camper. Doesn't matter. Any type of infrastructure on it. Trying to make sure this phone stabilizes. Any type of infrastructure, and the value goes up. Now you can go straight to the bank and say, look, my land is worth $200,000. I need to borrow $100,000. And without running a credit check or anything, because you have assets, they'll give you that $100,000. Long as you stay under the valued asset amount. It's worth $200,000. You want to borrow $100,000? That's easy peasy. Because I don't care if you got bad credit. I don't care if you ain't got no money. You don't pay me, I'm getting my $100K out of your assets. And it still leave you with some. So they will give you anything. We have to learn how to play a different game. We have to learn how to play a different game fast. Look, I got a $10,000 SBA play, okay? It ain't off no credit check. It ain't off no business income. You ain't got to have no business documents, right? All you got to do is have an idea. We tell you exactly what kind of idea. Okay. An idea. Hey, I want to open up a pizzeria. Hey, I want to open up a spa. Hey, I want to start something online. Okay. I want to, teach people in the hood how to use AI. I want to teach seniors how to use Chat GPT, AI innovation. They'll give you that money. That money be in your bank account 7 to 10 days. It's already done for you. Okay. It's already written up for you, done for you. Literally, all you got to do is input your information, your name. Okay. It tell you step by step on which line to put what, put this here. And ain't nothing fraudulent like, oh, lie and put this here. No, it ain't nothing like that. It's just a step by step walkthrough to get you a guaranteed $10,000 because we know how the process works and we didn't went through the process. Okay. Over and over and over again. Let me show y'all because one of my cousins just sent me this that I sent this other play to. Look at what they offered him. Hold on 1 second. Let me get it. Let me get it. Let me get it. Let me get it. Okay, I think this is it. All right, here we go. Let me pull this up real quick. From these same plays, I'm telling you, all of this money is available to you, okay? You make sure ain't no personal information exposed, okay? Sent him these plays I'm telling you about, okay? It's my message to him. And it's his message back to me. You are very true. I said, look, it's a whole bunch of money, beloved. It's a whole lot of money available. He said, you are very true. I was matched with two lenders. One offered me 350K and the other lender up to 7 billion. And here is the offer, the attachment for the offer without showing y'all too much personal information. If y'all don't stop playing, I know where to go get this money at. Okay, scared money don't make no money. I'm gonna tell you that right now off the rip. You can hold on to that cash, which is absolute trash. You're gonna spend it anyway. Oh, I don't think y'all seen that. Hold on, let me see. My bad, my bad. I only show Instagram. Hold on. Let me show y'all. Okay. I know where to go get this money at. And the reason why you need to go get it is because you ain't gonna have long to be able to go get it. Okay? Here is the attachment down here. But here's the conversation. Okay? Oh, yeah, I see it, beloved. That's a whole lot of money available. And he says, yes, you are very true. I was matched with two lenders. One offered up to 350K and the other lender up to 7 billion. And he didn't have no business documents. You understand me? You got to learn how to play the game. If you learn how to play this game, then you will win the game. Don't be a player being played in the game. Be a player playing the game. It's a difference. Don't be a player playing in the game, getting played in the game. Be a player that's playing the game so you can win the game. Okay? It's a lot of money available. I said I wasn't going to bother y'all, but there is no other rapid way to go get you a bag real fast and turn it into assets. When you have assets, you don't have to use your credit. When you have assets, you don't have to have a dollar in your pocket and you still sitting on wealth. If you guys want the 75,000, $10,000 play, okay, put a 1 in the chat. I'll let you get it for $97. You can literally have $10,000 in your bank account in 7 to 10 days. Once you get your $10,000, hey, Dr. T, I got it. I'll give you some other plays, okay? Where you can go invest your money, not spend your money, not do nothing dumb with your money that you went and got, but literally invest your money to make that thing continue to make you money, okay? If you go buy you a piece of property, that land gonna make you money, whether something on it or not. Straight up. That land gonna always be valuable. I don't care what happens, what comes, what depression, economic collapse, it don't matter. Land is always gonna be uh, appreciated. Always. It's an asset. People always gonna need land. It's always gonna appreciate it. Ain't backed up by no taxes or no government. That's God's property. So even if you did nothing with your land, it's still gonna increase in value. Still gonna appreciate. Okay. So if you went and did that, if you went and bought a car wash, it's already generating income. A car wash generate anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 every single month. You got 5,000 coming in. You got $3,000 to $5,000 coming in off of a wash house or something that you bought for 200 down and $150 a month. You got to learn how to play the game so you win the game. Okay. First thing I got for y'all. Second thing I got for y'all is a $75,000 play. That is the play that he ran, and they gave him 350,000 to $7 billion offer. And you want to know how much he paid me? $197 for the $75,000 play. Actually, on this live only for the action takers, I will give you the 10K and the 75K play for 197. You don't have to pay 97 for the 10K, and you don't have to pay the 197 for the 75K. Okay? You can get both 10K and the $75,000 play for 197. Hear me clearly. You don't just make money off of running the plays. No, now you got a digital resource that you can sell over and over and over and over again. You never have to ship nothing. You never have to package up nothing, put nothing in the mailbox, get no tracking number for it. It lives in the digital space. I literally just forward to you. I copy and paste what Dr. T sent to me, sell it to you, and you get the same information right there in the digital space. You get to open it up and boom, access it immediately. Okay. So now you not only have a play to run, you have a stream that will continuously make you money. Everything is going digital. You're definitely going to need something in the digital space. Put a 2 in the chat if you want that. And matter of fact, let me put the payment information. I don't know if y'all can see that little ticker that's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Whenever I come over here, I say, look, if I'm offering you a discount, it's only going to be while I'm online. While I'm on live. These are on live only opportunity discounts. If you want to purchase it at a later time, of course you can. You're going to pay $97 for the 10K, $197 for the 75K. Okay, I'm not even going to offer the 250,000 guaranteed in 30 days. I might offer that to. I might give 2 or 3 people game on that play. Okay, I'm not offering it to a whole lot of people. I said 5, and 5 took those spots, but I will allow 2 to 3 max to get access to the $250,000 guaranteed in 30-day play. Okay. It's a play. It's a way you run the play, and it gives you all the details, step-by-step instruction on how to run the play so that you can go ahead and get that 250K within 30 days or less. It does not take long. This person bought the play from me literally last week and already had 2 offers. Okay. It just really depends on how fast you go and implement the information, to be honest with you. But it tells you right there 30 days guaranteed. Okay. 250K. And that is how you run the play. I will allow 2 to 3 of you all to get that play for $250. Okay. I have a done for you. I will do a sweep. Okay. I will do an analyzation of your credit. And this will only be for 2 people. I will analyze and then I will customize your disputes to the credit bureau, specifically customized to your credit, okay? Meaning you will give me your credit report, not access to your social, your credit report, and then I will go ahead and create your dispute templates for you. Send them off, okay? Using consumer law, the FTC, okay? Using Supreme Court law. This is how I come by here and show y'all all the time how people are in the 700 club and how we're getting all of our people in the 700 plus club. Because literally all you need is a 700 to go get 150,000 from Chase Bank with no documents ever being shown. No documents. Okay. So we have the done for you. We will go ahead and sweep to delete any negative, derogatory, erroneous, or obsolete items off of your report, all 3 of them to be exact. And then we will boost your score once we delete and remove credit age, credit history, mixture of accounts. Then we want to positively add trade lines, which boosts your score. I've showed you guys how one client just a week and a half ago went to a 726, 711 in one day. Okay, had a 192-point score increase using this method that I'm talking about right now. Then after we go ahead and get your credit together, we get you fully funded. Okay, we get you funded up to $20,000. This can be done in 30 to 45 days. Max, I'm going to say 60, not on us, but on them. Sometimes the bureaus will stall, okay? They don't send it right back. You might have to wait 30 days for the full investigation. But when we do wait the full 30 days for the investigation, then you definitely have results. And then we go ahead and we boost your credit score, right? We add trade lines, high limit trade lines, and we boost your credit score. So we have a done for you. It is a sweep to delete, okay? And then we will go ahead and boost you, and then we will go ahead and come up with your funding path so that you will be able to get $20,000 guaranteed in the next 30 to 45 days. Long term, longest length will be 60 days. That is the sweep to get delete, the boosted to get fully funded. Okay. That is an absolute guarantee. I'm only taking 2 people. $9.97 for the done for you. We will get your negative items removed, your negative remarks removed. I don't care if it's child support. It doesn't matter if it's check systems. It doesn't matter if it's any of those. We will get the negative items removed from your credit profile. Then we will go ahead and add positive history because we know what the banks are looking for. And then we will go ahead and let you run up a big bag by doing funding stacking. Go here, get 50, go here, get 50, go here, get 50, you got 150. Okay. Next day, go to these 3 banks that only pull from TransUnion. Go get 150,000, 50 each from each bank that only pulls from TransUnion on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, we're going to only go to 3 banks that pull from Experian. And we're going to get 50 from each one of those, 150. That's $450,000 in funding. You can do a lot with that in a little bit of time. Okay. If you want that, put a 4 in the chat. Okay. I'm going to put the payment information On the screen, I gave y'all something for a low ticket. I gave y'all a bundle deal. I also all the plays that I gave you will actually make you money within a matter of days. Okay, this is not too good to be true. I didn't showed you too many receipts. I didn't did it. I only practice what I preach. I do what I teach because I teach what I do. Bottom line. Okay. You cannot email me, and some people get so offended when I say this. You can't email me later on down the line, hey, is that opportunity still available? No. I said on live only discounted. On live only, meaning you got to be ready to go. Okay. If you still want to get any of those products, you can. You absolutely can. And I know a lot of people say, well, I don't be on when you be live. I hear you. I get you. Okay. I might run this another time, okay, to give you opportunity. But normally when I do the online only discounts, I delete the video. Action takers are world changers. Action takers are money makers. Okay. And there ain't no way in the world that I could see a sword coming for me and I don't prepare myself accordingly. Since there isn't any questions, I will go ahead and say you guys have a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time you are viewing me from, wherever parts around the world that you are viewing me from. I appreciate your time. I said I wanted to be short, sweet, straight to the beat. I wanted to keep it an hour under or less, but I had to show y'all what in the world is happening so that you know the urgency of preparation, that you can't beat your feet on this, that you can't sit comfortably and just pray it away. It ain't going away. Okay? It's not going away, and you got to do something. I don't care what you got to do, collect bottles and cans. You're going to need to definitely do something to get yourself in a better position. If any of the opportunities that I share with you are of interest to you, okay, I will literally give you guys about an hour. And then I'll go ahead and delete the video, and then this opportunity will be gone. And if I have another opportunity, then I'll be sharing that one. But no two opportunities are alike. These are the ones my spirit led me to share, because there are people that actually need to run these plays. Whether they're in fear, whether they in doubt, whether they in unbelief, it's not up to me. I did what God told me to do for the people that He sent here to listen to what it is that He is saying to. Okay? That being said, I showed up in love. I love you. If ain't nobody told you that, Dr. T love you. I want you to stay in peace so you don't end up in pieces. And if you is in pieces, you definitely need to get you some peace. Okay? Until the next time, go with God. He'll always go with you. And yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. All righty.